Hey, welcome back to my channel, Mommy Trainee. So today I'm going to share with you what I got with my ER points that I've been earning and kind of banking for a while. And then I just all of a sudden like, you know what? It's up to that level where I wanted to cash out. Obviously, it's not like I'm going to be stopping my ER program and not earning points at this point. I'm actually still at the 20% bracket. But I've actually gotten to a point that I have some points in my account that I could use. And my strategy is there are two type of people. There are some people who would like to like bank a lot of points and then have a very big reservoir. There are type of people that basically it's like, okay, I have like $20-$30, let me see what I can get. I am the banking type where I would be like, okay, if I don't have a reason to really use it, I probably wouldn't, because it's something that you have to place on kind of like a quick order. There are sometimes, when you do that, you use your point and then you get certain things and then you're like, shoot, I can't use my point for that one, but I still want it. I have quite a few $100s in there. And my strategy is that normally, unless it reached to at least like 350, I would not be using it unless it's for something that I have to place on a quick order. That maybe there's something. Usually it doesn't work on promotions or anything, but let's just say if I just all of a sudden run out of like lavender and I have to have lavender, and I'm like, okay, but my EO order already processed, so I would actually, go and get lavender. Or maybe there are certain things that are all of a sudden back in stock and you've already processed your ER order. Although I usually try to hold my order until later on in the month, depending on the situation. But if I don't have that option, if I have to get something really quickly, I would usually go and order something on quick order and then use some of my points if I could. Now, with that said, the reason why I usually wait until at least when I have like a pool of $350 or PV that I could spend in my account before I usually do anything is that the monthly maximum that you could use your ER points is 350. Now, you all know that even with the free points, you could get free products, but you still have to pay, I think you have to pay tax. I wasn't too sure about that, but I think you have to pay tax. But at least you have to pay shipping. And when you are not placing an ER order, the shipping is not as cheap. So usually when I get like, use my points, I want to just do like one order, 350, and not pay shipping multiple times. And that's the reason why I usually like to kind of bank my points until I have a certain level. Now, with that being said, 350, it's a lot of PV to be spending. And I usually try to make sure that I get something. I don't know, like if you get something on the ER point, what I heard is that you cannot really exchange it or return it. So let's just say if it's not something that like, if it's a lotion, I don't know, if you put it on and you don't like it, or maybe give you a rash or something, I heard that it's actually, they won't let you return it or exchange it. So usually also try to, purchase something that that it's going to work for you. Purchase something that you have used before. And that's one of my advice. Although I did not actually follow my own advice, there are some new, products that I have actually not used in the past. But I have very high hopes for. So with the 350 maximum, this order I have spent $343. So let's get started. Okay, maybe start with these are all pretty big items. Usually when I have to pay for non-ER shipping, I try to get something that's like smaller, like essential oils, but I do have a pretty good reservoir of most of my essential oils, most of my essentials of essential oils. So yeah, I been trying to get something that is more like personal care, household supplements and stuff like that. Good thing supplements actually not that heavy, but then all these other stuff, like if you get shampoo, if you get like a laundry detergent, that's actually gonna be very heavy. And since you're paying, I think it's regular shipping. If you have a choice, obviously try to go for something that's less heavy, I would think. That's at least that's what I think. That's what I try to do. Although most of the stuff that I have here is not light. Okay, so let's just start with one of the bigger items. I got the Thief dish soap. So this is just for like manual hand washing dishes, and we do a lot of hand washing dishes in the house. We try not to use a lot of the dishwashing machine, although I love to, but my husband is usually like, oh, it's not that many dishes, we could do it. And sometimes he would just pick up the dishes and do it because I cooked. But sometimes, if it's, a little bit more dishes, I wash and he dries, and we kind of tag team the dishes. But that's why this goes pretty fast in my house. The next thing is, let's just go through some personal use items. I really like their kid scents. Pretty much anything at this point. The shower gel, the lotion, and even the shampoo. I have tried the adult shampoo, like the lavender. I have tried the lavender, adult hand and body lotion. I do have to say that it is a little thicker, and it's not a texture that I am very used to. Although I mean the lotion is quite moisturizing. It's just that the texture is not what I'm used to. Same thing with the shampoo. For some reason, the lavender shampoo and conditioner just didn't work for me. I ended up having, like, my hair feels very, very straw-like or dry or something like stiff. And I usually like it a little, velvety. It's softer to the touch and then things like that. So I decided to try their kids shampoo. I've already used it. This is not a new product. I've already kind of like, okay, yeah, let's just open it up and use it. So I've used it on my kit, and I do have to say all their kit scents, it's very gentle, and it's not harsh. It feels very, very good. So this is a keeper. Okay, and the next one is, although I do like their kit scents, and I would like to try their conditioner someday. The conditioner was actually out of stock at this point, the kit scents conditioner. And I've already finished my one and only lavender conditioner, and I'm like, I don't want to get the same thing. I think the other conditioners are probably going to be exactly the same, but I was wrong. I got this. This is the Copaiba vanilla conditioner. I do have to say that I think the bottle it might be a little bit bigger than the lavender. It's actually taller, but I have not actually checked the actual content. It looks like it's a little bit more than the lavender conditioner, and it is a little bit more expensive than the lavender conditioner as well. I think it's probably like $19 versus this is like 22 something. When I got this, quite honestly, I was like, oh, let's just give it another try. I don't have really high hopes, and I was actually quite afraid that I am going to be stuck with it for another like month or so, that I have to use it up, because it's quite an expensive bottle. Quite honestly, if I go to like a store, get one of those, Korean brand not lavender, like conditioner, any kind of conditioner, $20 would get me a really big jar. I actually have one sitting by my hallway that I might have to give it to somebody because I stopped using those. But those like $19, like a really big jar. So this is quite expensive. So, but I wasn't really having any high hopes when I bought it. I've used it once, with the Kit Scent shampoo. I used it once already, and I do have to say it is much better. This is like so much better than the lavender for my hair. For my hair, the lavender doesn't even like spread that well. Sometimes I do have to feel like I have to kind of mix in some other kind of plain conditioner, mix it, and then lather it through, and so that it's evenly distributed. And also the lavender conditioner and shampoo, the smell is quite strong. The scent is very strong, and this is lighter. it's a little sweeter. I'm normally not the type of girl that like any sweet type of scent, but this is okay. This is usually when I see, oh yeah, scented vanilla. No. But this is okay. But the texture, it's more velvety. You could actually spread it through your hair, and your hair actually feels pretty soft after using it. So for now, this is gonna be my go-to until I have a chance to try the KitSense conditioner. Another KitSense product. This is something that I have used, probably like 1 or 2 bottles at the house already. I don't remember. The KitSense lotion. Again, the lavender hand and body lotion. The texture, it's kind of hard to spread around. This is kind of like just like a regular lotion. Even, you know, it's still very moisturizing. And when I put it on my kit, I don't feel like I have to like keep on rubbing it to kind of get it soaked in. So this is something that I probably would keep on ordering. The next thing is Thieves Foaming Hand Soap. We've been trying to do Thieves hand soap everywhere in the house, so we need smaller bottles. Although I have like a big bottles where I fill in one of those automatic pump, the soap pump. It's so funny. My kid, like right now we have a regular manual pump in the powder room downstairs. But at the kitchen sink, it's actually one of those automatic pump because we use that more often, you know, when I'm cooking and stuff like that. When he comes home clean his hand, it's usually by the kitchen sink. He's so used to that automatic hand pump that when he goes to any other bathroom that has like a manual pump, he will still be like, okay, come out. Mommy, why is it not coming out? So, I don't know, maybe I'll get him another one of those automatic pump. But I do have to think that, hey, you're a kid. You're not supposed to be spoiled. You know, don't be lazy and just pump it yourself. But then I got a pack of 3. So this is only 2 because when I opened the package, I think a few days ago, I've already given one of it out to my friend. Because there was this one day she was here at my house and she was like cleaning her hand in the powder room, and afterwards she came and say, oh my god, that hand soap of yours feels really good. It feels like it's holiday. It feels really nice. So, you know, obviously when I got something, I give one to her. I you know, if you like it, I'll just give you some. It comes with these pumps, by the way. It comes with these pumps. When you finish with these, you know, individual packets, when you finish with the bottle, don't throw the bottle away or don't recycle the bottle yet, because you could get the refill and just fill it back up. And if you, I think, if you have, let's just say, pumps that you didn't use, so let's just say you keep on refilling the same bottle. So if you have, you know, like let's just say me, I get another set of, you know, these individual bottles and I don't use the pumps, get like some other bottles that would fit here, and you could probably have other stuff diluted. And the one thing that I think I wanted to dilute is like the KitSense body, the body gel, the shower gel. Because I think these bottles, they are not that easy to use. I mean, in the shower, especially when you have a kid that's 3.5 years old, almost 4 years old, his attention span is so low, it's so short, and you know, he's everywhere. Like this moment he's like over there at that corner playing with the bottles, and at that corner, you know, next second playing with like a cup or something. It's very hard to chase that, you know, little person around when you have to actually, you know, turn over the bottle to get soap out of it. So I really wanted a pump, and I really think that there are some products from Young Living, it's very concentrated. So you usually just put like a little bit of, let's just say if it's a shower gel, put a little bit of shower gel and then you know, lather it up with like more water. Or you could actually just pre-dilute it, put it into a pump, and you could just like pump it like this. That's what I'm planning to do with any extra pump that I have. It's pretty good. So, foaming hand soap. Let's just say I'll do these two together. Okay, the next thing. This is the Charlemagne, I think. It's another skincare product. It's a, I think it's probably like a creamy type of moisturizer on your face, and a lot of people have very good experience with this too. So I can't wait to try this. Hopefully it smells nice. And then I got two sprays. The first one, it's a little bit more expensive spray for the skin. Let me just cover my face so that it doesn't. Okay, come on. Let's just say this is the Clariderm. And this Clariderm is for, you know, to spray on anywhere where you have like skin irritation, if you have any, let's just say eczema, or like maybe even like rashes, depending on what type of rashes it is, obviously. I have not used it yet, but I'm having high hopes. Really having high hopes, because recently for some reason, I don't know if it's something like dusty that I touched. I'm very allergic to dust. If I have like, let's just say, you know, shorter sleeve, it's not completely covered. If I, you know, am at my desk at work, let's just say, if it's dusty, if I touch it long enough, if I rub it long enough, I have irritation. Like I have basically irritation, like on, sorry, it's kind of gross, but on like both side of my arm. I don't know, you could actually maybe here. It's been pretty bad these couple of days, and like both sides. And who knows, it could be something that I kind of use on my wrist, and maybe I use a little too much. I don't know. But it's been having some irritation, and it could just be eczema too. So I'm hoping that this is gonna calm the skin down a little bit, because I don't want to be using any like prescription cream on it. But then, you know, let's just see how this works. My son also has pretty bad eczema, and I do have to say, you know, if it works okay on me, and, you know, if he's open to it, I'm going to spray some on his eczema to see if it's going to help him. At least kind of tame it down a little bit so that he's not always like scratching his legs. So yeah. And, you know, recently, since I've been having, you know, a little bit of eczema on my forearm, I've been, you know, cleaning my work desk a little bit more. I do have to say, there are certain times that I don't really have a lot of time. I eat at my desk during lunchtime as well. Sometimes fruit, sometimes just my lunch and stuff like that. So I've been, you know, actually bringing some of my Noex products, you know, those EnviroCloths and, you know, stuff like that, and bringing that. It's kind of like my cleaning crew. I bring it to work and clean it with me. So it's kind of, this arm stops progressing already. And I think, you know, as long as I could keep it calm, I could at least, you know, prevent it from getting worse. Hopefully it gets better. Okay, and then the next one is also a skin spray, which is the lavender flavor one, Lavender. This one I heard that it's, this one also says cooling mist. This one under Clariderm doesn't say anything, but this one says cooling mist. So I heard a lot of people are like raving about this, you know, online or Facebook or something like that. I think when you're under the sun, if you have any like, you know, maybe slight sunburn or sun irritation or redness, this would also be something that is good to kind of cool down your skin. Summer is coming in a few months, so I wanted to have it on hand, so I order one when it's free. So next one, again, another one of those that I cannot live without nowadays because it's so easy to use. It is the Tranquil. Now, Tranquil, the reason why it's so easy is that obviously I think the main thing is basically cedarwood lavender, and it already has carrier oil diluted in it, and it's in a rollable. So you just basically open it up and just roll it wherever you wanted to roll it. I do have to say the cedarwood scent is quite strong, so it really depends on, you know, who you're with. Are they, you know, open to, you know, scent? Where I sit in, you know, at the office, there's a guy sitting like on my right side, the woman sitting on my left side, she's actually doesn't tolerate too well with strong scent. And obviously with the guy, I don't know what his preference is. I'm not gonna be opening up a conversation saying, hey, are you okay with the scent that I use? So I sometimes try to, like, initially when you put it on, that's usually when the scent is really strong, and afterwards usually it just goes away because it just kind of airs out. So I usually like go to the bathroom or go take a walk somewhere, and I have my whatever rollerball that I have, maybe my whole bag of oil, and I'll be like applying it somewhere, and then after a while get something to drink or eat, and then I'll go back to my desk, and usually nobody complains. But initially when you put on Tranquil or anything with like cedarwood or something, the scent is strong. It's strong enough that last night when we were driving, me and my husband, my husband was having a little bit of maybe tension headache. I don't know if it's weather related. So I pull out my bag of oil, and I was planning to put Deep Relief on his head as he was driving. But it was late, it was dark, and I pulled an oil out, put it all on him, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I was also asking him, oh, does it feel cooling? Because my husband has been, he's been having pretty good experience with either peppermint or the Deep Relief for headaches. And, oh, should I say that? Head uncomfortableness. Okay. So I was actually, rolling it on him, and I was like, oh, did you feel like it's cooling? And he's like, he doesn't want to say no to disappoint me. And he's like, I don't know. He was like, and then I was like, wait a minute, how come it smells like cedarwood? That's my Tranquil. And I'm like, okay, well, if you have a headache, you need to relax too. So let me give you another oil now, which is the Deep Relief. And then so I put 2 oils on him, and afterwards he was, doing better. He was actually saying, I think this morning he was actually saying, oh yeah, the oil really made my drive last night tolerable. That's compliance. Okay, 2 more items. The next one is, again, KidScent. I really do like their KidScent line. Like most of the items that I think all of the items that I have had used so far, I have loved. So this is the KidScent My Device. Now, I do have to say, I didn't get it for my kid. My kid has been, his pediatrician has been prescribing him multivitamins to take every single day since he was like 6 months. He's been doing quite well on it. He likes it. I wouldn't want to rock the boat on that right now. Although I think very soon I have to kind of reevaluate exactly what's in that multivitamin, how much of it is in it. Maybe I have to show it to the pediatrician at his 4-year-old checkup, wellness checkup, to see if it's something that he could just switch over to. But for now, I'm not gonna rock the boat. I ordered this for me. Multivitamins, it's just good to have some around. I know that for adults, obviously, they have other, I am not too sure what multivitamin Young Living has, but then since I have had so much success with the KidScent line, I just wanted to give this a try too myself. And this is it a chewable? I hope it is, because it's for kid. It's orange cream, wild berry and orange cream flavors, daily whole food multi-nutrition vitamins. So a lot of people also have very good experience with this, and it's a product from Young Living, so I think I could trust them. So let's see how it is. The next one is, this is the ImmuPro chewable, yes, chewable something, tablets, they call it. ImmuPro is something that once in a while when you kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm not sick yet. I don't know if I'm getting sick, but I'm a little under the weather. I think I'm a little tired. Then usually, like between me and my husband, Super C and Immupro to kind of stop it, stop it from getting worse. We do have Inner Defense, but Inner Defense is kind of a stronger one, I feel, because they do recommend that if you use Inner Defense, 8 hours later, you should take a probiotics, which we do take probiotics. Oh, I say we, I just mean me. Sometimes even I forget. But I do have to say that when they say that, it's kind of like, it feels like it's going to be a little stronger for your stomach to fortify your immune system. And this, I feel like, whenever I just kind of feel like, ugh, I could just take 2 of these. So I don't have to kind of worry about, my, my guts, flora balance and all that, or do, make sure I replenish it and make sure I take it. Because they did say take it 8 hours, take the probiotics 8 hours after the Inner Defense. And, who has time to time all that? So this is something that I think it's very easy whenever, even if you feel good, this actually tastes pretty decent, for chewable. It's actually pretty decent. I do have to say the Super C tastes better. Even my husband was like, oh yeah, that's the better, give me the better tasting one. Like, we don't even, he doesn't even say Super C or vitamin C or anything. Oh, give me the better tasting one. Oh, give me the other one that doesn't taste so good, which is this one. But even if it doesn't taste as good as the Super C chewable, this tastes pretty good for a chewable. I do have to say, it's just a little chalky, but it tastes good, So that's the $343 worth of free products that I got, and I paid shipping and most likely tax. So a recap would be a Thieves dish soap. Let me just kind of put everything into the frame, hopefully. I got a Cobaiba vanilla conditioner. I got a Kit Scent shampoo. I got a Kit Scent lotion. And then we have supposedly a pack of 3, but I've already given it out. A pack of 3 Thieves foaming hand soap, and a Kit Scent Mighty Vise, and a Immupro, a Charlemagne, a what's we call it, Tranquil Deep Relief. They are one of those very popular roll-on, and for good reason. And this is the Lavaderm, and this is the Clariderm. So $343 of free products, which is, I would say, not too bad. A lot of these are, I have really high hopes for, or I've used it and it's one of the things that I would keep using. So that's it, guys. Here is the longer videos that I have for the month, and hopefully I would be able to publish it very, very soon. I'll see you guys probably next month in the April unboxing. Again, I promise that April would be the month that I probably do a little less, like a very, very small order. So the video is probably going to be shorter. However, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do a smaller Young Living order in April is that I have a few more items that I wanted to get from Norwex. So if you guys are also interested in knowing what Norwex products is all about, what's available, why they're so good, I might do a video. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing what I'm getting from Norwex. So until then, bye-bye. Have a good day.